Alright then. So, I didn't have any brilliant plans for today, and Humble didn't really give me anything I particularly wanted to work with today. I don't remember what state that run's in, so I'm just gonna bin that run. Now, you might notice that the music is very different from normal. I did grab that a long time ago. But yeah, thanks to the Castlevania DLC, the whole game has Castlevania music you can turn on. So I figured I'd turn that on. It'll be fun. That lets me look around the area, I think. Dear prisoner, tired of killing the same monsters over and over? Bored by the landscapes of this small island? Well, I definitely am. I think we can help each other. Meet me in the sewers, where I'm restocking for food. Ah, right. These are helpful, but you can't actually unlock things with those on, so we'll leave those alone. This I think is like challenges or something. Oh no, this is where you change using the tailor, yeah. Could be Santa Claus for a bit. As you can see, there's a lot to unlock, and I don't actually have that many. Yeah, we'll go to this skin for a bit. Now, it's worth noting, I've been out of this game for a while. And I never actually, like, went super deep or super far with this then, either. I'm just reminding myself what all these doors do right quick before I go anywhere. I think, yeah, this is a challenge thing, I do believe. In case you forgot how my training room works, just pick your gear, choose your mutations, and go kill some enemies. Behind the first door, you can fight any enemy you've already encountered. There are also big doors at the back of the room, but I don't know where they lead. Okay, so this is a practice room. I have no need of such things, even though it'd probably be wiser for me to go mess around in there a little bit while I remember how to do things. That's gonna be the one unfortunate thing, is the music's gonna keep resetting a lot. This Independent Legends. This strange book tells the tale of heroes from other worlds. Some of its cryptic sentences seem to be providing clues, but for what? This page is titled Blasphemous, because this flask in your head is bad for your health. Okay, I guess. This one is called Hyper Light Drifter. It tells the tale of a man in a drifter outfit and his reliable sword. Clear as day. Guacamelee, the story of the savior of the Mexiverse who fought countless undead wrestlers barehanded and footed. I'm always up for a good fight. Curse of the Dead Gods, it says that a seasoned explorer knows not to get hit by those nasty traps once. Who would have thought? This part's titled Skull. Have you heard of the Tomb of the Foreign Little Boy? Not until now. There are more chapters. No explanation here. Just a large picture of a knight clad in blue plates with horns and a title, Shovel Knight. His shovel is especially visible. It looks like a reproduction of a painting. On this Hotline Miami page, I can read, knock knock, who's this bonk 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 splat? What a lousy joke. A report titled Katana Zero, they said that the dragon, or 15 as he was called in his unit, was able to slash through his enemies with his katana without getting hit. Cool for him. It says here, under the title Risk of Rain, that the surface of Core 5 was dotted with strange shrines. Adventurers prayed to them in the hopes of getting loot from them. Good idea, I'll try that if I find one. Attention, Terraria adventurers. You must sacrifice the guide voodoo doll in the magma to summon the wall of flesh. No way, I won't throw one of my precious items into the lava. A drawing, titled Slay the Spire, represents a three-pronged symbol, each with a small sketch. A bag of coins is drawn on the red prong. On the blue one, a sword is linked to a key via a short chain. Lastly, the green prong is topped with a red-eyed skull. I really don't get contemporary art, I just don't have the keys to understand it. That definitely was a lot of if you know, you know. Balanced blade, ice bow, cudgel. Well, we'll definitely take the balanced blade since it's just generally a good weapon. And I'm gonna be a little off today, so we'll go ahead and take the shield for the moment. Bats. Lots of bats. There we go. I roll around a lot rather than using much of anything else to defend myself, so get used to seeing that a lot. Because the roll in this is very good. Mushrooms. That's different. Blueprint unlocked, Panchaku and Bobby outfit. Okay, that's a thing. So we got Pan nunchucks. Considering this is giving me double damage, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I'm for it. Okay, let's do this. Go Panchucks. There's a small bug in this jar. Something feels off, as if the bug was a potent weapon of sorts. Probably nothing. Ooh. Magic bow and a knight's outfit. Neat. Yeah, over the course of updates and things, there's probably a lot kicking around that I've not seen at all. So I'll definitely be nosing nosing around everywhere I can poke my nose into. Do I really want to go this way right now? Not really. Let's go the standard direction first. Because that would theoretically be a harder path up there. Since it's unlocked by actually making progress in the game. That's how you get the rune in order to do those warps. Sure, let's fight a bad thing. Bad thing that's not so bad. There's the Emerald Key, presumably relating to the Slay the Spire stuff that was brought up a moment ago. Extra jump in midair already. Nice. Get panned. My name ain't Peter, but you're gonna get panned. Specialist shop. Responding to the most eccentric demands for over 15 years and at least 8 updates now. Makes sense to me. Ah, yes. The Hunter Grenade. This is how you get a bunch of the blueprints that are a bit more troublesome to get, from what I remember. I remember working on that when I stopped playing this. What's in the box? Phaser. No. No. Phaser has gotten me killed many a time. Like, I absolutely get how it could be incredibly good, but it tends to get me killed. Got Spartan Sandals, a quick bow, and there's the Ruby Key, but we are not affording that anytime soon. There we go. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy Dead Cells music, but we all know that I can't leave Castlevania music alone. I really, really like most soundtracks of most of the games. Yeah, we fucked around a little too hard, so we don't get either of those. As you can see, there's a lot I don't have, but I have unlocked a decent amount. I might actually get the Knight's outfit. In fact, yeah, it's only one, so we'll go ahead and grab that. Because that might be fun to have. Okay, you can see that there's a lot of skins that I am aware of that I haven't purchased, like the Half-Life suit, for example. I might get at some point, but spending 75 on that when I could be getting like actual productive things really just wasn't the one for me. As you can see, I spent a lot on Health Flask because kind of needed it, to put it bluntly. Ah, okay, that's what that notification that popped up was. Ah, okay. Sense make. Okay. Onward and upward in a moment here. Okay. I don't want to reforge any of that. I do, however, want a mutation. What do we got? Frenzy's fun. Vengeance would probably be something I'd want. Necromancy is definitely something I want first and foremost, though. I was debating, where is it? Yeah, this one. Yidgar, Oris, Lee Ox, but I'm trying not to take it too easy. Because if I grab that, I get the free revive, but, you know, you gotta pick it first. And the free revive kind of takes some of the tension out of things anyway, doesn't it? Which some would say would be the exact point to grabbing something like that. Okay, okay. I dig it. As you can see, I've been up to this secret before. Wait, since when could I do that? Hold up, hang on. I'm doing a thing here now. Aha! I did not know we could run up walls if we have momentum when we hit the wall. I don't think that used to be a thing. But you were clearly meant to do that, considering the blueprint was up there. Ow, my ankles. This training dummy is what powers the shields on everything in the area, so you want to get rid of those first. For those who don't know. This is why I've always loved Dead Cells as a concept. It's got really good movement, really good combat just in general, and some of the silliest weapons you'll see in a goddamn roguelite. I just kind of burnt out on it, was my problem. Because I kept going back to it because of the fact that, honestly, they were constantly pouring updates into this, which is beautiful. But between a bit of frustration because... well, and it's mostly frustration with myself, actually. Because I'd fuck around just a little bit too hard, so I never could actually finish a run successfully. as you've seen with me with a lot of these kind of things, I go for just that slight bit too gimmicky an idea, and it just blows up in my face. And I don't have the skill set to balance that and get away with being that gimmicky. But yeah, it was a mix of having problems because of that, and simply put, just playing way too much of it for way too long. Like, I think for the better part of the year this came out and was really actively being developed, I think this was like more than half of what I played that year. Mind you, that was back when I was still working a regular day job, so it wasn't very long at a time. A lot of the time. Which is the other reason why I never got so good at it that I could make up for my own shenanigans. But it's always been a game I'm more than willing to recommend. It just does have the one fault of getting a little bit samey. Like, no matter how much content there is, no matter how many different areas there are, no matter how many different weapons they add, the core loop never changes. And that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that is a bad thing. But that's where the burnout became an issue for me specifically. Is even all that new content, I couldn't get back into it for a long time. The Castlevania DLC might be exactly what I need. And I've heard nothing but good things about that DLC, as far as it at least looking good and sounding good. Yep. Prisoner 6541. She's clutching something in her fist. Gimme. Nope. I don't actually want that. Sorry for taking your thing and melting it, but it'll be better for me anyway. There we go. Frantic sword. Eh. That takes you back up. That down slam is also a rune you have to get, rather than starting with it. But it is, as you can probably guess, a permanent upgrade when you do get it. It's also always been a little frustrating that those spikes can hit you from the side, even though they're very straight spikes. You would figure they wouldn't touch you if you just walk into them sideways. I feel like La Mulana spoiled me about the concept of walking into spikes sideways. Now then. That is almost enough to get the flint. Not even sure I really want it, but, you know, one of those things. Combo could be good to have. I probably should get the parry things, since I actually have a shield. But since we're frequently getting sped up, we'll take the Frenzy. I'm actually not sure where we've been getting those speed buffs from, but it's fine. I don't need to think, I just need to kill. Because the idea is so that we have a lot of means of self-recovering, basically. Ooh, I could get some cursed treasure. Let me take a look. Oh yeah, right, I can't actually... Well, oh well. I was gonna look at what I was dealing with before agreeing to that. Because for those who aren't aware, cursed treasure like that, you have to kill a certain amount of enemies without getting hit. Because it puts you on one hit until that criteria is fulfilled. Because that's how the curse in this game works. It can be very dangerous. Helps when I remember that I have a shield, huh? Because the parrying in this game is actually incredibly strong. When you don't fuck it up like I did. So yeah, very easy to die when you make stupid mistakes like parrying the air instead of the attack. Which is why it's gonna be a bit of derusting before anything meaningful happens here. The Panomancer was pretty great, though. I was appreciating the power of the pan. Let's go ahead and put on that knight outfit for a bit. Oh boy. I could read all of this, but just, ugh, it's a thing. And now you can get different heads. So I think the Bobby head might be the only one. I don't know. That doesn't look that good. Let's see how it moves. No. That's a no from me, boss. Yeah, no, I think I'll stick with this one. And for the time being. That night one's a little too odd for me. And I feel like it'll mess with my perception of where I'll actually get hit. Which right now I'm having enough trouble with that. Impaler, throwing knives, ice shield. Well, we'll take the Impaler, even though I'm not that big on spears. And we'll take the ice shield. I don't have the money for the Hunter Grenade, otherwise I would consider it. I don't know, or I should say I probably just don't remember what that other thing is. And I'll probably rotate the soundtrack along the way. As much as I like Castlevania music, it is going to get a little old hearing the same couple Castlevania songs over and over again. What is this? I feel uneasy when I'm next to this monolith. I should leave fast. Yeah, it's glowing with power now. Neat. Oh, I think this... I feel like I should know what this is. Oh, it switches both. Is this the Hyperlight Drifter stuff? been too long since I played Hyper Light Drifter, but I feel like that might be right. Well, I guess we're giving this a go instead, then. Interesting that it natively comes with the gun, too. Wolf traps. There's the ruby key again. Nothing in there that I can afford, nor am I particularly interested in any of it. Open up. Well, I'll take it since I don't have anything else in that spot right now. Place your bets. Am I gonna die because I forget that I don't have a shield anymore? I'll give you a hint. The answer is probably yes. This sword attacks a little awkwardly, maybe for my taste, but it's getting the job done. Oh yeah, fall damage is a thing for them, by the way. For those who don't know that. There's a pastry. No. Why I thought I could shoot through his shield is beyond me. Yeah, that gun is also, not exactly impressing. Like, I know it's meant to be you shoot them and then hit them with the sword to get the bonus for it, but still, ew. I'm probably gonna need this at the rate I'm playing. A bit of tactic. There we go. It seems to do increasing damage the more marks there are on them. Like, I remembered it saying something about critical hits for marks, but I didn't expect it to just keep getting higher and higher the more marks that were on them. We didn't make enough money for the hunter grenades. I'm gonna quickly do a thing over here. Oh, I can't actually change that on this screen. Never mind. Also, I want to quickly take a second to give the devs full credit on this. Having individual volume sliders for all of the different sound effects. Well done. Huge appreciation for that. Not something I've needed to fiddle with here today myself, but it's a thing. Both as a streamer and as somebody who doesn't care for certain sound effects that games have, or the fact that the certain sound effects are way louder than others in some games. It's very nice to have a game actually care about your ears enough to do that. Yeah, basically after this run, I'll switch soundtracks. As we'll work on getting that one done. Oh, that's this one. Okay. I assume, yeah, if I swap this out, I lose the other one. That's okay, though. Oh, it's this weapon. Okay, I do know what this is. I just didn't recognize the name. Well, as before, I am taking Necromancy because I need that lifesteal to survive. As you can see, the larger weapons like this definitely make a much bigger impact on your targets. And this is surprisingly quick for a big weapon like this. I desperately need to get a secondary weapon, though. Either a shield, a bow, or even just a faster other weapon would be grand. Because it comes out reasonably quick, but that little bit of gap between the attacks is dangerous, to say the least. There's the path down here again. Oh hey, this is probably Risk of Rain related. Heck, you little shits. Oh. I take it I would have had to kill both of those to find out what that was gonna do. And I could not catch up to the little bastard. Not with this weapon. What's this shop got to offer? Balanced blade, bloodthirsty shield, multiple Nox bow. For the prices you're charging? Nah. I'm just as well off going and finding one. Like, I know I end up being stingy with money in these games, but honestly, spending almost all my money just to get, like, a shield or something doesn't seem like a thing I want to do. Especially since it might be a shield that's not even going to be something I actually consistently use. There are certain things I'll buy in a heartbeat in that shop. Those ain't one of them. Why do you still have a shield? Oh, the crystal moved over here. There we go. Bash, bash, bash. Bash, bash, bash. There we go. Ooh, reduced damage from projectiles and just straight reduced damage. Yes, please. I would rather triple jump, but I will take reduced damage. Now look here, you. There's no hiding. No hiding allowed. Go ahead and grab the gardener's key in case I decide to go that route. I didn't need to go that way. That was a needless risk. It was real fun knocking that guy down the hole, though. There we go, there's a free shield. Chicken. Okay. Let's see. What's down the hole? Interesting. Notice how my weapons shift colors, by the way. Some weapons have a split in what stat they're affected the most by, and it'll shift based on what your higher stat is to cover more of that image. In case anybody doesn't know that. Need to remind myself what the Force Shield does, too. Okay. It's a hold-up shield rather than a necessarily great parry shield. Parry's just fine, though, especially since we do have the poison bonus on this one. So that'll be handy in the rare instances where I remember that parrying is a thing I can do. Where does this take me? I don't remember. Another shop. Okay. Nothing in it that I really want, but it's a thing. And this just takes me back. Okay. Very good. That's something I'll need to look at. Hang on. I should probably pause and look at that right now. Right. For those wondering, I just got a pop-up about Twitch updating the affiliate terms, so I'm making sure that I'm not having any sudden issues because of this. I'm going to reread this later to make absolutely certain. I'm just skimming it right now to make sure there's nothing too out of hand in here. Okay. Doesn't look like anything too crazy. Though there was a thing or two in there that might have Twitter up in arms when people go to read that. So that might be fun later. A statue of the king of the island. How could he see anything with that helmet on? I have 2 gardener's keys now. I forget where they're used. I think I already passed one of the places where it would have opened up. I can either get a rampart or the sapphire key. Yeah, this is probably better for me than the force shield. The sapphire key would matter if I had the other 2. Oh yeah, there we go. There's where the gardener's keys get used. Looks like I don't have enough keys, though. I'm going to get everything. But I may as well open up what I can. Because it gets me the assassin's dagger. If I had one more, I could get this blueprint. But I don't have a 3rd key. I don't know if I missed it earlier, or if I'm like meant to come back with the 3rd key. Oh, for those who don't know, Twitch also updated the way they handle branded content, like, what's the word? Brain, please. Why is the word gone? The words just vanished from my goddamn lexicon. Sponsorships, that's the one. They changed the rules on how you can display sponsored content and such. which is just as fine by me considering I've not really been doing much in the way of sponsorships. But it's worth noting in case anybody didn't see that come up. Morass of the Banished. Sure, why not? I don't remember this stage. Okay. Saw an email, figured it was probably just Twitch, but I wanted to make sure. But finish getting Scheme. I basically dump into the health flask whenever I don't know what else I want at that exact second. We'll go ahead and do the same pairing I had last time, because it would have worked if I hadn't screwed up stupidly. I don't recognize this track. Okay. So that was mildly concerning. Huge thing just pops out of nowhere and tries to crush me. Ow. Oh, you upsetting little bastard. There we go. There we go. I remember those worms from the sewers, I'm pretty sure. Good thing I had all that temporary health, or I'd be dead already. I thought he was gonna die, so I rolled through to dodge the other one, and instead rolled right into the sword. Good job, me. Way to throw it all away at the same point again. On the bright side, this gives me a chance to go back and change the soundtrack again, which involves going actually all the way out, which is a little silly, but I get it. I'll go ahead and do the 8-bit version for a bit. I don't think I've ever actually listened to this. There it goes. I was mildly concerned that it wasn't gonna work, because it didn't do anything for a second. There we go, now it's starting to kick in. I was a little worried that there wasn't going to be much of any music, like it would bug out or something. It's a really big change from the track they chose for the Castlevania soundtrack in here. I don't think I ever listened to the 8-bit version until now. Well, I fucked that up pretty bad. That's better. The greed shield I tend to remember to use because it gives me money. Now, if only I was actually any good at parrying anymore. I used to be good at it. But, you know. One of those things. You rust over after a couple of years. Which, it's funny, because this game has some of the most forgiving parrying of anything I play, too. So you would think I wouldn't have that much of a problem with it. But at the same time, in a way, it being more forgiving is actually a completely different problem. If that makes any sense. It also doesn't help that sometimes I pull the wrong button trying to parry because of habits built up from said other games. Because right there, I went, oh yeah, R1 will parry, because that's what works in most things. Nope. Oh hey, the flint again. We're gonna leave that one alone this time. I'm enjoying the knives, so I would like to actually get to use the knives for a bit. And I don't want to give up the greed shield, of course. Get this mouse cursor out of here. Oh, I guess it just lives there now. Oh well. 200 short of the hunter grenades this time. That's fine. Not a major issue. Well, that was messy all around, but we have enough money for the hunter grenade now. Now, this is a kind of risk-reward thing that I'm going to be grabbing over here, and it'll make sense once I use it properly, why I say that. Use to annoy a monster. When its health is down to 40% or less, use Blueprint Extractor. So yeah, that'll make sense why it says annoy a monster once I use it on something. I wish I remembered all the things I'd used it on already. So I know I used it on a few things previously. I'll just take that for the recycle value. I don't really use the turrets much unless I get into a bad situation like last time where I'm sitting somewhere and letting the turrets do the fighting for me. I really should just deploy them all the time, just because they're extra damage. But it's very easy for me to just be like, I don't wanna. And thus, no turret gets deployed. Which is, as you might imagine, wildly unhelpful. Actually, yeah, Porcupack might be a winner. I'll need to unlock the backpack for it to be useful, but I'm going to want that at some point. As you've seen, I roll through things a lot. Okay, at the rate I'm playing, let's go ahead and grab this. I'll give myself a crutch this time, since I'm just all over the place today. As disappointed in myself as I am for needing that. Some days you just aren't with it. Let's see if anything new spawned up here. I'm assuming it would stay just the Ripper, but I'm gonna check. Or it's not there this time? There we go. Nope, nothing there. That up. Now, I believe I have to injure him first. No new blueprints to be drawn from this creature. Okay. Right, it does actually tell you if you try to use it on something it won't give you anything for. Right, okay. Nope, nothing to be drawn from you. Okay. I wonder if I could draw anything from the target dummies. That might be funny. The electric whip could be fun. Not exactly the most impressive weapon, though, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Like, it's a very good weapon, generally, but it always feels just a little lackluster in terms of just the actual feel of it, if that makes sense. Wouldn't mind the frantic sword, but got no money. Okay, back up we go. Yeah, I've apparently gotten real bad at this. Oh, no blueprint to be pulled from you. Okay. Didn't think so. If there was one, I probably would have grabbed that pretty early on. I doubt the bats have anything either, but I might save one to find out. Yeah, I didn't think I could hit him. Nope. Can't blame a guy for trying. You can also just delete bats with a decent enough parry. And they are arguably the easiest thing in this game to parry because their attacks are very obvious. As you can see there. Not that an obvious attack still doesn't hit me now and then, as demonstrated by me botching that one there. But, you know. Sometimes you get full of your own shit and take a hit to the head for it. Just the way it goes. Order from the king, probably for his officers. Anyone presenting behavioral disorders or noticeable physical deteriorations must be imprisoned immediately. Well, I get more use out of this than the guards will. Ta-da! If I wasn't trying to actively relearn parrying and use this greed shield, I would absolutely take that. But I'm forcing myself to use shields, so it's a thing. Where does this take me? Okay, it just leads around to him. Nothing I really want. Bloodsword could be fun. I've definitely had some real good runs with the Bloodsword. Actually, that's where it's shielding you over here. Kind of funny. Back when I used to play this all the time, I would, for the most part, refuse to pick up the shields and refuse to parry, because for the longest time, parrying wasn't a mechanic I cared for at all. I still really don't enjoy parrying as much as I enjoy a good dodging mechanic. But I had to adapt to actually being more willing to parry and better at parrying because of just how prevalent parrying became for a while. Like, it became the mechanic everybody wanted to put in their games for a little bit. Which, I'll be honest, that really kind of annoyed me for a while. Just don't get me wrong, a well-done parry system is satisfying, but it's a different kind of flow. Like, it's right up there with games that really reward you for blocking rather than any other means of defending yourself. Because blocking is also the same kind of deal for me to a degree of, it's like, well, I could sit here behind my shield or whatever means of blocking I have and defend myself, or I could keep on the offensive, and I would rather be on the offensive, personally. Is it a better idea to have this means of defending myself? Absolutely. What? I parried the flyer, didn't I? So why did that burn my cheat death? And why did I... Well, more importantly, why did I die in the first place there? Was there a bomb I didn't see? That's the only thing I can think of, is there was a bomb. Unless I literally just, by a frame, missed that parry. Which would be possible. Well. Just goes to show how today's going for me, apparently. And to think, part of why I didn't go for Curse of the Dead Gods today was the fact that I was pretty confident I wasn't going to do well at it. Because I never have, and here I am making a mess of a game I actually do know how to play. Or, at the very least, I supposedly know how to play. You know how that goes. Let's get our usual necromancy going now, because I'm gonna need it. At the rate we're going, though, we're probably not gonna make it past the prison depths again. Been a lot of that lately. Why must you tempt me like this? I mean, at the rate I've been botching the job anyway, fuck it. What do you got? Eliminate 10 enemies without getting hit. I can kinda do that. This throwing knife is great and all, but I don't really want it. Because I'm gonna need the shield. And this is why I wasn't bothering with the cursed chests much. They very frequently don't give me anything I actually want. The stuff in them could be incredible, but in my experience, more often than not, it's not worth the risk. Thankfully, him blowing up counts as me killing him. I could have Hunter Grenaded him, but while I'm cursed is a terrible time to do that. God damn it. I got greedy on that one. Hey there, Tiny. How you doing? I shouldn't have dove into the pile there. I should have played it safe. But I was pretty confident that the knives would carry through that fight. Answer, not so much. Discord, please. Okay. But I'm going to quickly go back to the main menu one more time, because this soundtrack was less impressive. We'll go back to the classic one for a little while. And then I might bring the Castlevania one back again. At the rate forcing myself to use a shield is going, we'll go ahead and go back to my standard methods for a while. Though they really want me to use a shield, apparently, considering... No. Yeah, Dead Cells is very good. It's been out for a long while. But they are still updating it to this day. Like, I want to say this came out probably like 2013, 2014, somewhere in there. And here, like 9 years later, it's still getting updates. When I updated a bunch of people's information last night, in fact. You deserved it, so you got it. Hell yeah. There we go. And now you see the difference between how I play when I'm trying to actually make use of the shield and how I play normally. From flying around the room like a crazy person and just ripping through everything. And just on full aggressive. Especially when they give me a sword that I can actually go full aggressive with and have it be meaningful. Because the advantage with the throwing knives is, as you might have noticed, I keep slipping them in as I'm running at something. Because you can keep moving without really breaking your stride and still throw them. The hunter grenades again. As you know, risks like that are a great idea, clearly. Yeah, you know what? Why not the sewers this time? I've been doing silly enough things. I may as well throw myself off this cliff. And the note mentioned sewers anyway, so I think this might actually be where we need to go to trigger the Castlevania content anyway. There we go. Just keep working on unlocking the tentacle. Grab the extra life. Alright. Sewer time. The sewers are unfortunate most of the time, but we should be okay. I know what I'm doing. And I've warmed up enough that they shouldn't be the worst. The things like those scorpions that come up out of the ground are what make this place unfortunate. Because you can be in the middle of a fight, and one of those will pop up, and you will have no chance to deal with the problem. And then suddenly you're dead. It's unfortunate. And then there's these things, which will end up spitting a bunch of bombs everywhere when they die. This is an elite. Dodging plants a bomb. Downward smash puts oil down. Sure. considering it's got the same ability and then more. That's why you keep seeing the purple goo everywhere, is because every time I smash down, I spew oil. There we go. Just clean house with all of them. Just rip and tear until it's done. Actually, yeah, I probably should grab that. Cleaver. Sets a bunch of saw blades on the ground for things to get it chopped up on. Knock, knock. Arrgh. Fuck you. I'll get it back, you'll see. No idea what he's on about. Now our little friend here... Oh, hang on. Hello. I've heard tales of a dubious yet capable being roaming around the island. I guess you're the one. Yeah, mostly. Well, no matter what or who you are, you're stuck in here too, right? I may have an idea to get us out, but I need your help. While I was roaming the island looking for a ship decent enough to go across the sea, I discovered an old extinguished lighthouse at the extreme north of the island. Probably not much, but at least that's our best chance. I'll be waiting for you near the castle, to bring you as close as I can. Unfortunately, the abominations hanging around mean I can't go very close. Oh, one last thing. Mitchell, one of the old keepers, used to live in the Stilt Village. Maybe you should pay a visit to his house. You got it. But yeah, our character here never says anything, but he says more than some voiced protagonists do, just with his hand motions and his body language, honestly. Which is one of the big charms to this game, all things considered. Yeah, this will give me a better health percentage right now. Because usually the higher you raise a particular stat, the more diminishing returns you'll get on the health increase you get from that level. So it can be valuable to occasionally split your stats up a little bit. Which works out for me, because I tend to be a jack of all trades, master of none, as we all know. Who me to be. Throw those out ahead of time. They ran the other way. Well, yeah, I'm probably not getting these this time, because they're dodging me way too well in this hellhole. I still don't know what that does, and I want to find out, but catching them in here with a weak pair of weapons is, honestly, my damage right now is a little sad. I know I'm tearing through these guys like they're nothing, but my actual damage is a little sad. Because I'm powered mostly by the damage increase. He's from the critical hits on the balanced blade, for example. Oh yeah, in case nobody noticed, you can really float for a while. Just swinging wildly. But only with a weapon that swings fast enough for you to actually swing quickly. Ripping right on through everything. This could actually be interesting to show off. Frost Blast. Papa! I am Sub-Zero now. That's basically what a lot of things in this game are. A good chunk of what exists in this is a reference to something. Bone. I mean, I'll do double damage, but take double damage. But it could be really fun. Yeah, you know what? Balance is for suckers. This, I believe, is the bone weapon from Skull the Hero Slayer, for example. Because that's the same attack. And I believe there is an upgrade you can get that it gives you a whirlwind attack. Basically, most anything I touch right now is just gonna die in one hit. Which is great. Problem is, I probably will too. So I gotta be real smart for a while. Explosive decoy. Actually, yeah, that's probably gonna be better right now than the cleavers. Deploy decoy, save life. What on earth is this? It's protected by something. Ah, okay. It was connected to those guys. Lightning bolt. I don't recognize this. I don't think I've ever seen this. It's also very powerful. So, yes. Lightning bolt. There's something up there. That's just a bitch and a half of a jump to make. I'm gonna make it up there. For those wondering, yes, I am actually there you go. I was actually trying to get that right-hand wall, but a lot of the time it wouldn't take the input in the right order because there's a delay when you jump off of a wall. That would also be really good to have, but I don't want to give up the hunter grenade for it, and I'm gonna keep the decoys for the time being. So where does this lead? Okay, that just takes me back here. Okay, that's fine. Ramparts. Let's see if there's anywhere else to go. Because there should be a deeper section of the sewers at the very least to go to, somewhere around here. And I'd rather go there than the ramparts in my current condition. The ramparts have a lot of death pits in them. Yeah, I was pretty well stuck in there for that one. It would help my cause a lot if I remembered that I have 2 charges of my heals, so I don't actually have to worry about burning one if I start taking damage. Okay, everything's fine. Everything's just fine. Bonk. Bonk. You know, that was pretty fitting, going spinning angrily after the rats after they hit me. That's pretty on target, I'd say. Plus or minus the fact that I didn't manage to hit them afterwards. That part was a little bit of a problem. Okay, there's something around here, because I think these blue candles mean something. Yeah. This tunnel was cleared out very roughly. Doesn't look too solid. Okay. There's a tunnel. Dusty old bag that someone left here a long time ago. Yes, it has a turkey in it. Clearly this turkey will be safe enough to eat. Everything's fine. Tight passage. The hole in this wall is extremely small. Except maybe for a child. Aha! Tiny burglars. Yeah, I want to say those blue candles mean there's, like, a lore area around. Some of the lore areas are references, some of them are, like, actual game lore. And I can never guarantee which ones are which, aside from the ones that I actually know the reference of. Like, for example, that one we just had, that one I don't know. Corrupted Prison I also don't remember, so we'll go this way. Get the feeling I'm going to die a miserable death here, but that's kind of the point. We have to explore dangerous locations for interesting things to happen. Go ahead and give me Necromancy. Every time we touch that, that's what refills our healing. You can forget to grab that, I'm pretty sure. And it is, you know, unfortunate. Oh yeah, I have never been here before, because we just got the achievement for going here. No, we ain't touching that. No, thank you. There's content from at least one of the other DLCs I never did as well, and I think this is one of them. I think this might be from Bad Seed. Smash, crush, kill, destroy. Smash, crush, kill, destroy. Do what I do best. Smash everything. Secret rune in the wall. Bunk. Nope, don't like that. Don't know what you are, but don't like what you look like. No, thank you. I need to hit them with a hunter grenade at some point, though. That's what the little round thing over their head is it tells me there is something I can hunter grenade out of those. There's a problem with that idea, which I still haven't been able to demonstrate. It makes whatever you hunter grenade into an elite, and you need to remember to hit them with the blueprint extractor before they die, and I kind of panicked on that one. So that one's on me. This one would actually be a pretty good candidate for using it on. Because you need to grab the blueprint extractor off the ground as well. That AoE is scary. Okay, it can still attack me while I'm extracting. I forgot about that problem. I would like to heal, good sir. Please kindly leave me alone long enough for me to do so. Thank you. Got it. Whew. As you can see, that turns into a real messy dance. Especially with something like that. But now the hunter grenade's gone, so I don't need to worry about that taking up an inventory space. And we have a new blueprint in the collector that we can use. Which, admittedly, not sure how much I'm interested in something labeled barbed tips. It's probably mostly for bows. But we'll find out. Broadsword's a nice big sword, as you'd expect. Light Circle Whip is exactly what it says on the tin. Rampart we've seen already as well. You've got nothing for me. Good day, sir. Now note that this bone does 606 to 877 damage per second, and we're having trouble getting through those slime things. And even the regular green guys are taking more than one hit around here. Just keep that in mind for how this plate is scaled. Because the scaling in this game can get frightening. And we survived both hits from that elite on 1 health. With 500 something health. So just keep that in mind as well. Just, like, stack that away somewhere in your minds. And understand why I'm frequently nervous in some of these places. Because some of these places are very, very scary. God damn it. Okay, how the hell am I supposed to catch him if he just warps through the wall like that? Come on, game. Yeah, that ain't happening. If I could have landed a hit on them, I think I would have destroyed them. But actually catching them is a whole other thing. Okay, that's what the Iron Cell's key was for. Machete and pistol. This is the Curse of the Dead Gods item, I'm pretty sure. I may as well take the Sapphire Key, because I don't want to give up the bone. The bone is serving me well right now. There's the Ancient Sewers. Knock, knock. I think you have to, like, beat bosses? Question mark to get through these? I don't remember what the key to these is. It's something kind of weird. Also, as you can see, this game actually has a pretty good map. Yeah, looks like we're going to the Ancient Sewers. Okay. I wanted to make sure there wasn't another path, because I kind of don't like the Ancient Sewers. The Ancient Sewers are kind of unfortunate. One short of the tentacles. And barbed tips, yep, extra damage per arrow stuck in enemies. So it's great if you're focusing on using archery, but otherwise pretty useless. Though I do have good things for using bows, I just don't tend to use them. It's tempting to go for the recovery one. Alrighty, good luck with work, Tiny, and I appreciate you sticking around. I don't have enough skills for that. We'll just go ahead and grab combo. Combo is a fun one to have. Ooh, that was bad. That's the risk to having combo, is you start seeing that combo meter on screen and you're like, I gotta keep going, I gotta hit them all, gotta get them all, gotta get that combo up. Dead. Like, it's such a trap, but it's also very helpful. This is a very strange little gap I found myself in, but I'm gonna keep going with it. Might actually go somewhere. Right, the tentacles. Right, I remember now. They suck. Oh yeah, and I didn't draw attention to this before, but I should. When you level a stat that is associated with the mutations you have, your mutations will also upgrade. Usually. It can be hard to tell in what way they upgrade sometimes. If I look now, yeah. The vampirism would have went up from 3.5% to... I mean, 0.35 rather, to 0.4. And I think the combo one extended the combo timer. can be a little tricky hitting those tentacles before they hit you. That's why I really don't like them. Because you can tell where they are by the rocks getting kicked up and everything. But sometimes they're just a real problem. Whoosh, and away. That right there is the mushroom in action. Which is why they get killed first, if possible. Because they will put huge sections of spikes down temporarily. And more often than not, they're in just the right spots to be a real issue. Ooh. Stiletto. That does actually sound like a weapon I would use, because it's probably better the more status effects an opponent has on them. And I do enjoy throwing status effects around, and it's probably a fast weapon. Fast weapons are my favorite thing. I jumped right into poison, don't mind me. Everything's fine. That's the other unfortunate thing in this place, is the timed platforms. And they expect you to roll off of those into tiny gaps a lot in here. It's upsetting. Just keep cleaning house. Ooh, I could get a double damage frantic sword instead of the bone. It would be a stronger weapon right now. And we have frequently been going below 50% health. So mechanically, it would all tie together nicely. It'll be a little risky. I just had a thought. Would this stack? No, I don't see a ×4 over my head, so I presume it's not stacking. The frantic sword is faster as well. I'm pretty used to using the frantic sword, but we won't have the whirlwind is the only thing. No, it's probably the better idea. There's nothing down there. There was just a mushroom that I killed earlier. We also don't have the forward-firing arrows anymore. That's actually mostly okay. Yeah, that's gonna be the one issue, is the per-hit damage on this is a little lower. It just has higher DPS because it's a faster weapon. That's what I was afraid was gonna be the truth of this situation, so I'm not one-shotting things anymore. Be a hell of a thing if I was smart enough to actually remember to use my decoys sometimes, huh? And actually use the lightning, and literally use anything other than my basic attack button. Using my moves appropriately? Can't be me. Which, it's funny, in some games I use every option I have at my disposal, and in some games I find myself sticking to like one thing constantly per setup. It's interesting. I don't really know what makes me choose between those two concepts. And at the rate I'm not using the decoy, I'm actually going to buy this tonic and replace the decoy with it. Because the temporary health will be more likely to actually get used than throwing a decoy. And it might just be my methodology, but I tend to use the decoy as a starting move, and I'm very bad about not actually opening fights with any kind of starting move I may have thought of. Okay, we found a secret area full of poison. That's great. Alchemic carbine. Okay. Once again, stumbling into good things. Okay, the combo timer definitely isn't changing this time. So it must just be increasing the amount of damage increased without actually saying it. We'll go ahead and take some more lifesteal this time. There's an elite fight. Before I open the door, I'm just going to put this down because it'll be in range to attack it. Just going to do him dirty. There we go. Less damage received. We already have that. This is a better one, though, because it poisons enemies that hit me, and the downward smash oil's not really impressive to me. It's not something I actually use, because we don't have any real fire or anything, so the oil doesn't do a lot. This is when I find, like, a crazy fire move, and I'm like, well, this is my life. He thought he fooled me by putting spikes all around himself. Joke's on him, I can jump. And I pay attention sometimes. Of course they both fucking ran this way. It was a trap. Summoning those was just a fucking trap. I should have known better. I should have fucking known. Huh. Keep this door locked at all costs. If the rats get out, they will spread the malaise. Well, bad news. Rats are always a prime suspect in times of illness. I don't know. I kind of like rats. And I'd be surprised if it was rats that made a hole like that. Looked solid before it was broke down. I mean, yeah. Yeah, that would be how a solid door would work, yes. It looks great up until somebody fucking puts a hole through it. Also, we have 2 out of 3 keys now, so we might actually get the Slay the Spire thing to happen. Depending on where that triggers. Oh, wait. Ah, okay. I used that to get up here. Stun grenade. Yeah. Because my tactic stat is also falling behind at this point. So I may as well lean into survival and brutality as my 2 primaries. Up the temp health for now, just in case. In my experience, it can be better, as you've seen me do so far, to just dodge the tentacles rather than trying to kill them all. I need to keep raising my life drain at the rate things are going right now. There's where the bastard is. Okay. Got him. Okay. Everything's better now. And we thankfully haven't burnt our revive yet, so we're actually in a pretty good spot. Okay. There's a purple star or lightning bolt up there that might be cool. There's also the pans. The problem is the pans won't have the double damage, most likely. So they won't be nearly as ridiculous, but it also means we might live a little longer. They do guaranteed crits, more or less, if an enemy... Oh, they'll be guaranteed if an enemy's facing me. But I'm saying more or less guaranteed because a lot of enemies will turn to face me before I can kill them. And the moveset on the pans is really good. Oh, there's more. There's more, though. I should have looked. I should have looked. Ah, I've only got 1 more key. The oil sword with the heart on it. The heart means it steals life, but I think we'd still take double damage with that one on it. We could just get money or a bunch of cells. I'm curious what the bonus on this lightning is, though. Hold to deal critical hits. That's the same thing that has normally. Yeah, my current lightning is, of course, significantly better because it's level 4 lightning L, which I'm assuming is L for legendary. I don't remember ever seeing legendary items very much. Oh well. Curiosity satisfied. Now it's just a question between these two. Now you'll notice the double damage, of course, makes it do crazy damage with that frantic sword. It becomes a matter of, am I willing to keep risking the double damage in order to kill quicker? Or do I slow back down? Which, if I slow back down, the lightning bolt becomes more relevant. Which, actually, that's a question. Let me swap that for a second. Yeah, the lightning bolt's still showing its same DPS. So that item's DPS isn't showing... It isn't showing the results from the double. Because I think only the one with the 100% extra damage on it is affected by the bonus. I'm gonna go ahead and slow down. I know that probably disappoints some people. It disappoints me on a level as well, honestly. But this run's going well, and I would like it to continue. So we might actually get somewhere here today. And that would make me happy. Oh wow, we can actually get the tentacle and the stiletto here. Yep, critical hit if target is bleeding or poisoned. That's actually really strong. And that's all of the weapons I have, or at least regular weapons. Okay, just a straight poison bow, shoots homing arrows. Oh wow, that has long reach and a very uncomfortable sound. Split, 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 split. Stiletto 5. It's burning the corpses, because of course it is. Oh, it's the same as the assassin dagger. Yeah, unfortunately that DPS difference is too strong to argue with. And the tentacle's a little too weird for me to take right now. It also doesn't hurt that Zeta Stiletto is colorless, so no matter what stats I take, it gets buffed. So, that's great. We unfortunately can't have any more mutations. We only can fit the 3 of them. I could reset them and then have the slots open again. But I'm fine with what I've got, honestly. Is it worth reforging these? Because I think if I reforge the modifiers on this, it'll lose colorless. It could be funny to reroll this since it's got a crazy amount of options on it. You know what? Fuck it for fun. Okay, it stayed colorless. It now does extra damage to a slowed enemy, launches grenades, you go faster after killing an enemy. Try again. Well, it's unfortunate that I no longer have the oil. We'll go ahead and up this to the higher quality because we're going to need that extra damage on it. Victims freeze nearby enemies when they die. That's actually a phenomenal upgrade for that. And we'll go ahead and reroll that. Extra critical hit damage is perfect. Yep, we'll take that. You can tell I'm taking this run a little more seriously than the last few, because I'm actually bothering to reforge things and do stuff like that. So some of my reforging, as you can tell, was just fucking around. It's a boss fight. getting mad now. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's gonna be invincible until I deal with the tentacles. If I was wondering why I'm not just powering through the boss. There we go. Now it's vulnerable again. Now it's gonna start throwing itself around the room again and being a problem. Thankfully, we can dole out a lot of good damage to it. Notice how its health is going down when I kill these as well. That's an important lesson to bear in mind for this fight. Gotcha. You can also roll in the air, which is very important for this fight, at least with how I play it. Because you can get in there, stab a bunch, and when it goes to dash at you, you just roll out. Or in this case, try to zap you. Ow, I took some bad hits on that one. As we'll heal while they're getting their shit together. If you're wondering, no, those aren't multicolored tentacles. They're changing color depending on what part of this section of the fight we're at. When they turn red, they start getting real fast. And you'll notice there's more of them each time as well. And that's why I'm happy to have these stun grenades, so I can put an end to that charge that they do. Because that charge is usually what kills me. And hubris like that. Hubris like that definitely kills me a lot, too. Ow. Gotcha, Contentivus. Kaboom. I think I've only won that fight, like, one other time. But I also usually don't come over here. I usually go a different route. I don't want either of these things. But I'm happy to have that blueprint for the cursed sword. It's this way. Graveyard. That sounds like somewhere I want to go. I think this might actually be the content I'm looking for. I could improve my drop rates. Yeah. Even though I should be spending my cells at the collector still, I'm fine with that. Oh, the cursed sword is exactly what it says on the tin, huh? It's cursed so that I would die in one hit. Maybe not then. Like, that's gotta be a crazy powerful sword, right? For it to be a one-hit kill to use. Let's see what we got here. Nope, this is regular Dead Cells content still, okay. Because otherwise there would have been Castlevania enemies here. But this is what I meant when I said there's a lot of places I haven't been still. I don't think I've ever actually been face to face with the king. Crush a flask on your forehead, dealing low damage to yourself. Sorry, what? This is... What? I assume there's builds where this works and this makes sense, but I just don't understand. Just gonna get rid of that and not think any further about that one. That one was weird. To my late husband. There's another more recent inscription under it. To my daughter. To my son. To my cat. Well. A lot of people dying. Apparently they were all piled in one spot there. The budget cuts hit everybody. Oh, no, 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 no. None of whatever the hell that was. Need a graveyard key for that. Ooh, secret blueprint unlocked. Little Bones outfit. I don't know what I did to get that. I assume it's something relating to stomping on enemies, since that's what I did when it happened. Might also be for killing the little flying guys, though, because that's the other thing I was doing at the time. Unlimited... Ah! Oof. Those guys hit hard. Fun fact, they hit really fucking hard. Okay, gotta start taking them a little more seriously. Whew. What do we got down here? Open up. Why would I want a worse sadist stiletto? Who are you trying to kid? The sound I made, by the way, was because I thought at first glance that that was a cursed sword, and I was about to laugh. Like, you really think I'm gonna pick up a goddamn cursed sword at this point? And all those little rooms, by the way, will always have those back-to-entrance statues. Because that's the other thing, is this game is full of little quality-of-life things as well. Which I think is what lended itself so well to this game feeling as good as it does. Like, literally the only problem I've ever had with it was my own fault of I burnt out on playing too much of it. Everything's listed as a survival weapon right now because of the fact that my survival is 2 higher than everything else, so I couldn't, like, shift it back to this with my 2 colorless weapons. So I probably should just keep raising this and keep raising my recovery, then. Eventually just become indestructible and be happy. Even with a stun, they just jump through the walls and they're gone. God, that's annoying. I needed a really high damage per hit weapon for those, like the bone. Fuck you. And that's why I popped the tonic against him, is because I knew I was gonna get hit again. I was just not doing a good enough job of avoiding that situation. And those guys are why we couldn't see them until they attacked, by the way. Because they spread mist around, which makes it hard to see shit. Which is upsetting. I know I say a lot of things are upsetting, but as you might imagine, that in particular is very upsetting. Ice grenades. Actually, yes. Yes, I will replace my stun grenades with that. Specifically because enemies bleed once they thaw out, so they'll start getting crit by my stiletto. So it all works out pretty nicely together. Oh, they hadn't actually despawned yet. Huh. Interesting. Now, I could go back to where we saw that other locked door and look into going down there. May as well, because I don't know if another one will spawn. That looks like death, actually. And again, you know, death is death. There we go. I'm almost up to 1% recovery on a hit, which will be incredible. Because while 1% may not sound like much, you gotta consider how quickly we attack. Actually, is it on hit or on kill? On kill. That's less incredible, but with the volume of enemies we're going through, that's still very helpful. That was very nearly tragic. I had my finger over the tonic in case he caught me again. I'm gonna wait for the ice grenade. There we go. Bunch of bats there. Cursed chest. How about no? Alright. Making that progress. Gotta be very careful with your jumps there. This is a big goddamn place down here. Taking that. Quit spreading mist everywhere. Yeah, you thought you had me on that one, didn't you, you little bastard? Fuck you. Where does this take me? Okay, down here. This feels excessively big for an area accessed with just a single key. Forgotten Sepulchres over there, okay. That name I remember, so that's normal content. Ow. Okay, that leads back. Treasure! Swarm grenades. No. Swarm grenades are nice because it makes a bunch of little bugs that chew on your enemies, but personally, a lot of the time they don't do a whole lot for me. Unless you can really pile them all on a single target. A lot of teleporters down here, which is a little strange. Okay. Another death statue. Thingy. What a strange idea, building a monument underground. An artifact-shaped hole, and a door. Not very subtle. Yeah, I have to agree. Cavern. Huh. Well, that explains why there's teleporters here, so you can just get away from there if you don't actually want to follow up on that thought. The thing about freeze, for those who don't know, by the way, is enemies will unfreeze when they're hit. Which is why these big guys have been proving to be an issue as far as that goes, because the first time I hit them, they crack out of the ice. But I also then do a whole pile of extra damage to them with every subsequent hit. Okay, so unless I want to go to the Forgotten Sepulchre, that key was slightly pointless. We learned a lot, just didn't gain a lot. And this would have been... Oh no, that's the Architect's key. Okay. There's a thing up here, which... A locked door with a bomb with a bow on it. Okay. Little strange, but I might be able to... Ow. I might be able to stab myself in the ankles. Nope, can't make that jump. I need triple jump for that, I think. Well, looks like we're actually going to the Forgotten Sepulchre, then. We're kind of at a dead end here. Let's check back above the entrance, though. Because there looks like there might be something up here. Yep. Money. How about further up? Well, since this doesn't actually exist, I can't swing my way around there. I need triple jump to get up there, too. Oh, well. The cavern would have been interesting, probably, but can't go there. I'm just happy enough that we're still alive and we still haven't burnt our free revive. I could almost straight up purchase the, chemic carbine. Oh, I guess the secret blueprint isn't in here? Huh. Weird. Might be that we just get the bone skin for free, then. I'm gonna get the backpack on the go. Because carrying the extra weapon might be a good idea. Now we'll be back in decent shape again. Having almost 4,000 health is weird to me. I'm so used to not having much health in this game. So I usually focus brutality. Follow the light. Follow the light. Follow the fucking light. Go that way. Do it. What's this? Nightlight. Lights up your path. Okay. That's probably important. Yeah, it's getting dark. I see. So if I'm not near one of these lights, I can use the night light, presumably, to dispel the darkness so I don't get fucked up by it. Got it. And the darkness is full of ninjas. As of course it would be. And whatever the hell he is. Oh, he does a lot of those, huh? Okay. That's less than ideal. Oh my god, it sucks in here. Oh my god, it's dark. Ow. Wow. I really don't like those mummies. Those mummies are kind of bullshit. Just 50 spams of a fucking AoE in the same position. Well, it's been a while since we died, so I suppose it's only fair that I immediately get my shit kicked. But still, woof. I'm gonna go ahead and go turn the Castlevania soundtrack back on. Helps give me the right energy, I think. Because as good as the Dead Cells soundtrack is, this pumps me up more. Let's see about that skeletal skin while I'm over here as well. See if I was correct that it's just already in here. Yep, there we go. Yeah, it is Skull. Okay. We'll go ahead and be Skull for a bit. Yeah, you can't comb a skull. That is true. I like that she's just over here just jamming, though. I wonder if that's because I changed the soundtrack, or if she just does that sometimes. Anchaku and Firebrands. Pan, 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 flame! Get pan-seared. Where was this when I had the knife, though? So I'd be able to just set everything on fire on command. This is what I like about this game, though, is weapons like this exist. Just a pair of pans on a string used as nunchucks. And they actually work well. That's the best part, is it's not just a goof-off meme weapon. It's actually a legitimate weapon. Like, it may not be the best weapon in the game, so I'm sure people would say that it isn't. But in its own way, it is the best weapon. There's Richter. Hello, adventurer. I request your help. Your head is disturbing. Anyway, my quest is too important for me to be picky. Evil is making its way back into the world. You must come with me into its heart and banish it once more. Down these stairs, you'll find a path to the castle's outskirts. I'll meet you there. Hell yeah. I will defeat Dracula with a pan. I wonder if we were just missing this before, or if it only sometimes spawns. Oh yeah, we can actually go through this door this time, too. I forget what's behind these doors. Oh right, just straight up rewards for having cleared a section quickly. Right. Of these choices, I'll take this. Welcome, stranger. I'm Shinoa. I'm a master of glyph magic. Alchemy's not really my strong suit, but I still might be able to help you make something of those cells you carry. Yeah, she's gonna be our collector replacement, it looks like, in this section. Which, it's nice that they're actually, like, covering multiple characters in multiple games for Castlevania, rather than just, hey, there's Richter here now. And grab that again. Yeah. We could reforge things straight away, and I suppose I probably should just upgrade these. Oop. Oh no, the pans gained lifesteal. Oh, but double damage taken. Well, taking it. Fine. I do appreciate that they put a glyph on the healing thing, though. That's nice. Like, it's little touches like that that make crossovers like this great. Ooh, they actually went all the way with this, huh? Okay. Ah! There's the mermen. Skeletons. I'm just enjoying this version of the music. Don't mind me. So I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. I like it, but I'm not sure if I like it more or not. That's the funky position I'm in mentally right now. This is definitely good. I just think it loses a little bit of its original tone. And that's what I don't know how to feel about. Oh, this must be the elite. Yep. Elite skeleton. Fire hot enough to burn bone. Yes. Yes, please. And the emerald key again. I was kind of hoping to get a blueprint from him, but I guess no dice on that one, eh? But just, like, look at the level of animation they put into the pan. And they made sure every skin has proper animation for it. Which means they probably put all the skins on the same bones, but you know what I mean with that. They made sure that what they added to the skin actually still moved properly. They could have shortcutted through some of this. Huh. Hey, I guess that is my only way out. Okay, fair enough. Actually, let me check something. No, there isn't. Okay. Because there's a bit of blinking on the screen with some of the stuff that happens. I wanted to see if there was a way to get rid of it. It's not out of hand. Oh, wait, there we go. Turn off the bright flashes. There we go. And look at these accessibility options. You can put outlines on everything so they're easier to spot. You can change colors if you're, say, colorblind or any of that. There we go. There'll be less flashing now. Which I should have looked into that closer before I started, but I also kind of just threw this in at the last minute, so that's on me. But honestly, I wasn't that big a fan of the amount of times this game flashed on screen anyway. So had I realized that was there, I probably would have used it whether there was a health risk involved with that or not. But my apologies for not considering that sooner. Yeah, this won't budge. Damn magic castle. Nobody likes magic castles when they're not doing what you want. Oh, hi. Knock, knock. Why are you here? Hi, Alucard. Wait, did you really awaken me by accident? Unfortunate, but let's make the best of it, of this unexpected situation. You probably won't understand where you are, and we don't have time to linger on the specifics. Just know that my father is about to come back to life, and we have to stop that from happening at any cost. Meet me in his castle. We'll debate how best to fight him. Oh, if you come across a Belmont, ask him to do his accursed job. Kinda useless that way. Traitor in the eyes of the creatures of the night, monster in the eyes of humans. It's hard being a Dhampir. Once more, I have to stop my father. When will it truly end? There's also a door I opened, apparently, back here that the game's yelling at me about. Oh, wait, no. Now I can go up the elevator. Or I think. Considering it was pointing me at the elevator after talking to Alucard. But there's a thing back here. Borrow. Such a beautiful shield. I'll try it on a skeleton. Yeah. Yep, Alucard's shield. Can be used in melee. Deals critical damage after a parry. Neat. I'm gonna leave it there, though. He's gonna need his shield. And I like my flames too much right now. Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. I do find it kind of funny that I'm a skeleton running through Dracula's castle right now. Okay, that progresses the elevator further. Let's go to the right first, then. Look at what you can see through just this goddamn window here. God damn. They really went all out for this. At least visually. Oh, hey, the librarian's here, too. Oh, I suppose he looks a little different now, but he's basically meant to be that librarian, I'm sure. I can get the stiletto, the flint, the ice shield. I'm gonna keep all of what I got. Down. And it seems like it's gonna, yep, put up spikes. Figured. Yep, that looks to be the loop for this section, is I'm just gonna keep climbing up, triggering the elevator, jumping past a section of spikes. Wash, rinse, repeat. Hopefully this doesn't outstay its welcome too much further, because twice was okay. 3 times is pushing it. At least they've given me a different challenge each time, but these really haven't been much of a challenge. It is only the first area, though, so I get it. I get that they don't want to make it too crazy. I do like the enemy variety so far, even if the enemies aren't, like, mechanically varied so far. Like, they all behave like standard Dead Cells enemies for the most part so far. Someone failed to parallel parking. That's one way to look at it. This carriage seems to have swerved right into the castle's front gate. Its driver must have been distracted by a very big insect. I think I know what they're making fun of there. Because if I'm remembering right, one of Death's lines when he's trying to take out Richter's carriage on his way to the castle is "Die, insect." So, it's of course funny, because it now twists Death to be the insect. that is, of course, more than likely Richter's carriage that's been crashed into the front of Dracula's castle. I mean, if only just coming over here opened the door, what's the point to the rest of this room? What's over here? Aside from things that will upset me. Hello. Oh, it's just money. I thought it was like a small gap I could fall down and go find something. Ooh. Ribbon key. That would get us Maria. Unfortunately, we didn't find a ribbon key. And unless we find it in this stage, we're really not going to be able to do anything with that information. An extravagant fountain. Whoop. Well, that's probably a problem. Well, it would be less sinister if it wasn't running on blood instead of water. I'm wondering how many innocents they had to kill to fill it. They might recycle. Of course, you know, they probably had to spend a fair few people to fill it initially, though. One way or the other. People had to die to make that fountain work. Maybe they were volunteers, though. You never know. There's always plenty of people willing to die for Dracula, after all. Just look at the shit Shaft goes through anytime he makes an appearance. And again, he's kind of crazy. This may sound better, but I appreciate the blood splatter on the walls from the harpies. Like, again, it's just all of the little touches. And this might just be my inner Castlevania fan going off a little bit here. Because while this game is full of little touches to begin with, I'm noticing more of them here. I also wouldn't be surprised if the developers for this game were big Castlevania fans to begin with a lot of how Dead Cells is. Our sole purpose is to destroy Dracula so people can look to dawn without fearing the darkness. I mean, it's as good a purpose as any, I would suppose. Give me a crossbow. Now, the question becomes, do I actually want it right now? And with those stats, no. No, I do not. Go ahead and melt that down. With the damage I'm taking, let's go ahead and reroll away from that. Especially since we'll now have Necromancy to do the job with less risk. Don't need that. The walls have eyes, and the very judgy eyes. Reach Dracula's castle for the first time. There it is. That is a very weird-looking boar. Oh my god. I kind of dig it, but at the same time, it's weirding me out a little bit. Like, the Dead Cells art style works for most of these. The boar, I'm not sure. That's the only one so far that I'm a little, like, huh. I don't know about that one. Though, I gotta say, with the way this DLC is playing out so far, I honestly wouldn't mind if Konami had Motion Twin actually make a Castlevania game. It'll never happen because Konami doesn't have Castlevania games get made anymore. But, you know. Ooh, accidentally a pastry. There we go. Oh, that's something I should point out, actually. Over here in Diet. I set it to Castlevania-esque because it would be funnier. But you have a bunch of options in here as well. Omnivorous usually just gives you all of these options. Anything could just show up. Yeah, no matter what you'd want is in there. I don't remember if monster is actually a joke option or if it's genuinely monster-related things. So I think, like, monster guts and things are an option that can show up, so I think that is what they mean with monster, but don't quote me on that. It's too fitting to leave it on Castlevania-esque, so I'm just gonna keep it there. These spears are dangerous. Everything else less so. Spearmen, real fucking dangerous. That got real funky for a moment, and I liked it. I wish it would have kept going with that. Master's Keep that way. Okay. Thank you, Gargoyle, for pointing, hey, go that way. And I think it's just how durable these spearmen are is why they're proving to be an issue. I'm sure everything around here probably has the potential to do a lot of damage. Just everything in here is fragile enough that I'm just panning right through them. Keep right on raising my brutality, I think. Since that's what my weapons are scaling off of right now. If that changes, we could always change our tune as far as that goes. Just go ahead and crush him. Crush through the floor. Interesting. Ooh. Fancy chest. Heavy turret. Okay. Axe armors, huh? Just take him out. I don't know where he came from, but I knew where he went. Straight to hell. Where he belongs. Oh yeah, I guess you wouldn't be able to jump out of there. Yeah, that makes sense. And the teleporter, of course, would have been a better choice, but in case you missed something in between, I guess that would make sense to have that be an option. Off to the Master's Keep. No, guess I'll keep moving backpack up. I'm a little disappointed so far that we haven't gotten blueprints, because I was told this DLC contained Castlevania weapons. I have yet to see any of them, and I'm not sure how to feel about that. Aside from not great. The rate I'm going, Vengeance. Let's try Vengeance. You can always try Vengeance. Whoop. That's less than ideal. Defiled Necropolis. Huh. I take it that's death interfering with us getting to Dracula, eh? Yep, don't fear the Reaper. Well, that checks out, doesn't it? I guess it would be too easy for us to just rush straight to Dracula, eh? Yep, there he is. Death himself. Looking a little spikier than usual. Just gonna keep setting him on fire, because that's probably gonna be a winning strategy here. However, getting caught up in his sides, less of a winning strategy. Ooh, me oh my. Okay. He went from not much of a problem to, oh my god, this is scary, suddenly. It's hard to get a word in edgewise against him. Which I guess I shouldn't be surprised by that. Death's usually been a tough fight in terms of getting hits in. We're down to our last heal and we've barely broken the surface of his health. I think we're fucked on this one, if I'm honest. Okay, that went further than I thought. We're pretty well hosed here. I'm gonna cheat death once, and then that's gonna be that. Yep. That AoE keeps coming out just as I'm getting into the flow. So I end up not dodging in time. Ah, frustrating. Still, we made good moves forward, and we actually got to see some of the DLC content. One sec. Hiccups, please. What did I just say? Let's see if any of what we did unlocked anything in here. I didn't see it pop up, but that's not a guarantee. Nope, doesn't look like we got anything. That's a little sad. I was kind of hoping like we would have gotten like Alucard art as a skin or something for having gotten to him. We probably would have gotten Maria, I would assume, if we had actually been able to open her door. Oh, I think this tells you things you can still get. Or something like that. Yeah, this shows you what I've collected so far. Like, I have custom mode, I can climb walls with the spider rune. I can go through floors, teleport, climb vines, all that good stuff. All these up here are things you pick up by beating some of the bosses and making progress. All of the weapons I've unlocked so far. Which, there's a lot. There's your Hollow Knight reference right there. Whole bunch of these. Whole bunch of these. We've seen plenty of. 73 attempts, 0 finishes. Yep, that's about right. Because anytime I've had a run going well enough, I probably could have finished the game. I fuck around and get myself killed. Because I get bored. I've only failed one secret portal, though. As you can see, I've mostly been to the prisoners' quarters. And then it trickles down from there. What did I die the most to? Slasher killed me a lot, that makes sense. It might actually be the Slasher with 7 times having killed me. Because their attack timing fucks me up pretty bad, so that wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, I died to the Concierge twice, once to Death, once to Conjunctivus' Tentacle. Notice Conjunctivus itself has never actually killed me. Only the Tentacle. Concierge I died twice to. Giant Tick killed me. It's killed me twice? Oh, I must have been to that place a couple times then. Or they show up somewhere else. Okay. And this is only showing, of course, things that I've seen and fought, killed, or died to. I'm so sad that I died to the goddamn buzz cutters at some point. And to a bat, no less. The bat, I think, killed me when I was cursed, though. That, I think, is correct. Like, you'll notice a lot of things have only killed me once or not killed me at all. I can take some solace in that. But yeah, a lot of enemy variety. And note the fact that I've only died 46 times out of the, what was it, 63 games? 73 games. Because I've ended a lot of files because I didn't remember where I was at in that file. I've only died to falling once, died to traps once. Every death has been dying to an enemy because I make a bad move and die. There's still 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 areas it looks like left to get to. This is also another game, though, that I'm always a little bit on the fence with streaming it, because it ends up taking just enough focus that, as you've probably noticed, I fall quiet a few times playing this, because I'm trying desperately to hold things together, which is a little unfortunate. Really doesn't make for the best content, necessarily. Of course, you know, there's also the simple fact that I'm just lost in the music sometimes. Okay, it looks like we can just consistently keep going back over here. Let's go back here a couple more times and see if we can make something happen. Today's stream is going to be a little short, though, because just not really super feeling it today. I did actually almost cancel today, especially when I realized that the Humble Choice batch didn't give me anything to get excited over, honestly. It wasn't bad, there was some good stuff in there, just nothing that made me go like, yes, I need to play this right now. Otherwise, that's what I would have been doing. Because as you all know, I don't exactly have all of the money in the world. So I rely on things like Game Pass and Humble Choice to give me more stuff to work with some of the time. And unfortunately, really hasn't been doing the most for me lately. Humble Choice in particular has kind of been falling off a little bit. As much as I love the 20% discount I get at Humble's store from it. And, you know, free games are never a bad thing to get. Just really isn't hitting the same anymore. Oh, good, I don't have to open the door again. That's nice. These enemies seem a little more fragile than regular enemies. Interesting. I'm realizing this rapier wasn't getting through the regular enemies that great unless I went from a rolling attack into them. But even the regular attacks are doing decently against these guys. Not that the regular attacks weren't doing okay against the regular ones to begin with. Just there's a slight difference. I don't know if it makes a lot of sense what I'm saying, but I understand what I mean. Twin elite werewolves, huh? Okay. Oof. Okay, they showed me what for a little bit there. A little bit concerning. 2 against 1's a little unfair for them. Yeah, on top of not being super excited about anything, there we go, there's the Holy Water Blueprint. It's also really fucking hot out still. And I know I've been talking about that like every stream, but that's because until the end of summer, I'm gonna keep having days like this where I just start getting cooked by the world and I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. And I, of course, can't just skip out on days just because it's hot out. That wouldn't be fair to any of you, and it wouldn't be good for me. So, I'm absolutely not gonna just give up because it's hot out. But it does mean streams are gonna be shorter, and sometimes my attention and my capabilities are going to be a little lower than normal. So honestly, in the end, not far off of those days where I get next to no sleep. They more or less are going to be basically the same problem. Ooh, Valmont's whip instead. I might take that. At least until we can get a better whip. This, I think, is actually meant to be the vampire killer. Or perhaps. Especially since it's got the spark at the end of the whip. Because for those who don't know, I'm reasonably confident that there is actually a bonus in some of the Castlevanias to hitting with just the end of the whip. Or at the very least, there was a belief that that was true. I don't know for a fact if that was ever proven one way or the other or not. People that know better can tell you that one. Hey, I think I need to climb up and then go this way. But this is what I mean by the heat kind of cooking my brain, is that wasn't a complicated idea there, and brain just so went, You want me what? You want me to do what? Nah. This whip is already doing good work. Interesting. Pushing that button retracted the spikes. This one opened the doors. Okay. Makes sense. So the only problem with this is I can't, like, rapidly repeat attacks. I have to wait. Which is a mild disadvantage, as you might imagine. This double jump is really trivializing a lot of the platforming, which is fine. Just imagine if you started a Castlevania game with a double jump instead of having to earn it. What a world we'd live in. Then again, you get double jump pretty early in some of them. Eh. It is what it is and all that. Pretty sure we do need to go this way. They remixed this pathing a little bit compared to the last one, but it seems to mostly still be the same. I'm assuming there's gonna be a handful of variants for this place. Not like a crazy amount. This harpy wants to be a pain in the butt. You know what? Fine, you get to live. I'm tired of chasing you. Self-preservation tip number 1. Keep avoiding your opponent until they get bored and go away. It will work surprisingly well against certain opponents, myself included. Not sure how this whip just goes through doors like that, but we don't need to worry about that. For those wondering why I do bash every door, though, the door busting open like that does damage on its own when too many enemies caught in it. And it's just, you know, more fun to bust the door down rather than walking through it conventionally. Make a much greater impact that way. My treasure. Fuck you. There we go. We at least have tools now. Not ones I'll really use much, but they exist. I have them. Son of a bitch. The delay on swinging the whip ended up meaning I fell. The big thing with this whip so far is reach. Lots and lots of reach. And as you might imagine, reach in a game like this is actually really powerful. As long as you use it properly. Used improperly, you tend to make just a chump out of yourself. Still don't have a ribbon key. Wonder where it is. I would assume it has to be in this stage somewhere. There's the spooky fountain again, which means we're just about out of here. Alright, think. Unless they redid the layout with where the fountain is, too. Or I'm just remembering wrong, considering I've only been here once. That's entirely possible, too. I got distracted by the sparkle in the wall, only to remember, yeah, you just whipped that spot and your whip has a sparkle, stupid. Well done. Ow. Speaking of well done, way to roll right into the attack. Good job, me. Just really impressing everyone with your amazing techniques. Yep, there's the door to Dracula's castle. Let's not go in there right now. Is there really... There's a little bit more territory up there. That might be where the key is. So there's not much else to look at. This is, of course, where the carriage crashed over here again. Nope, there's just a bunch of cells up there, which I do want. That's just not what I was looking for. That begs the question, where could a key be? Oh, there's a ledge up there, and a hole back there, actually. Some stuff I missed way back at the beginning of this place. I know this may not be as interesting to some people, but I'm committed to finding things. Find things. Oh yeah, the area we didn't go to down below there is the area where the... yeah, this. I don't think we can actually get down there anymore at all. I should have suspected that when I saw that that was an early place we hadn't gone to. I'm usually better than that. Yeah, there's probably no point in doing that. Aside from being funny. So yeah, we verified that up there is useless to us, then. At least as far as I can tell. So I have no idea where the key would be, then. I can always check by the card again and make sure there's not, like, an even further back place I can get to over here. Because it feels weird. Yeah, no, you can't climb it or anything. Oh, it just repeats. Yep, okay. And it appears to be just empty space over here. But I didn't check that wall of the tower completely, so... just to be on the safe side. Yep, nothing there. This is a very long fall. Oof. So yeah, in case anybody was worried that there was in fact fall damage, I think that proves that there isn't, eh? Yep, Maria, you're just gonna have to stay in there. I don't know what to do about getting you out of there. Unless I get the ribbon key elsewhere and bring it back in a second run through. Which I don't know if it's that possible or in logic for this game. There we go. Just carry spare weapon. Start building up for the holy water. Because I know I wanted Castlevania weapons, but the holy water, not the one. Not the thing I really want that badly. It's holy water. Holy water's a little eh. Yeah, I'm sure all that red does probably hide bloodstains pretty well, doesn't it? I almost stood there like a sucker and got boned again. I can tell that my phrasing is also starting to fall apart. That is a big bash that those boors do now. Good for them. Axe armor's here. Hello. Die. Go ahead and get us a hit of tactics now. I fucked up the distance on that one. That one's all me. Hello. Hi, Legion. Wow, what is that enormous pile of corpses? It's as if someone tried to make a ball of it. I wouldn't be too fond of fighting such a horror. Moreover, I suck at aerial combat. Hey, it looks like it's still breathing. I'd better not stay here for too long. As I rip a turkey out of it. Oh, we got a little bit of malaise. Oops. Thanks, Legion, for the food. Bye. Wait a minute. Take note of that pedestal with the 3 dots on it. I assume that's relevant to those doors. With the dots on them. I feel like I knew the answer to that at some point, and, well... Especially with my currently degrading energy. Which, let me tell you, it is dropping rapidly now. Which, as you probably could tell by the decreasing enthusiasm I have for everything that's happening. Which is unfortunate, because I am enjoying this. I'm just, like, bleh, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's past 80 degrees in here. Almost to 90, I think, now. Which, once upon a time, that wouldn't bother me, but... Especially now that I don't work outside all the time anymore. My capacity for such things decreased. Not that I ever had the greatest capacity for heat to begin with. Because I never liked being out in the heat. I just could do it. And even now, I could do it. I just really don't want to. Which I'm sure that's understandable. Right now, the heat is just making brain go nap time? Well then. That was almost very unfortunate. All because I just stood still just a hair too long. Yep. I went to heal. Yeah, no, I think that's it for today, guys. A misplay like that tells me that, nah, this ain't working. Which is unfortunate, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm gratified that they put that whole soundtrack in. I enjoy the Castlevania area, for the most part. but I'm still not great at Dead Cells. And falling apart like I am right now, it ain't gonna get any better. There's some good people on, but with me starting to, like, slump in my chair because the energy just dropped out of me that hard, and getting cooked sitting next to the computer, I'm gonna go ahead and just call it good without rating out today. But to those of you that were here for this little bit of this, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time, as always. We will be back on Thursday, as usual, with what I still need to figure out. Friday, still need to talk to Xeno, as I said yesterday. I'll probably talk to her tomorrow or Thursday about that, and then you'll have your update for that on Thursday. Right now, the schedule, as a whole, is just a fucking mess. I need to get back on track with that, I know. I need to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do. I've got a few ideas thanks to yesterday's stream, but, you know, there's only so much you can pull out of the air. I may or may not have an update/upgrade for model-related things after tomorrow as well. It depends on what I do tomorrow. I might just take tomorrow as a peace day and figure shit out. Because I've been burning pretty hard on getting art-related things done again. And that might be part of why my energy level the last couple streams has been a little lower, too. Something I need to think about. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to add. One more time, thank you all for coming, and I will see you next time. Have a good day, and goodbye.